this will ever. There we go. Well, this is not the way we wanted to do this today, but it is the way it's going to have to be. Welcome to another edition of the Walkway to Fight Club. I'm Stephen Muehlhausen from DAZN, and man, to the right, combat sports journalist Daryl Rivera. Daryl sitting in his car. I'm sitting in the carpool line at my oldest son's school, first day mask optional, DY. So some very exciting news today for my son's school district. So very happy with today's proceedings. And
it's cutting off a little bit on my end.
Daryl,
so I might
froze.
Yeah, I might have choppy internet here, so I apologize. Park Grid just isn't the greatest signal ever either. So, but we'll try to get this done because a lot of stuff is going on. A lot of shit going on. A lot of shit.
There is a lot going on, and we'll start with this. And if you guys, I know you guys know how to read. You guys are smart people. Cody Rhodes. Yes, I never thought I would be saying this. Actually, maybe I thought I would have. Cody Rhodes leaving AEW along with We did get booted. I do apologize. We're going to keep going. Like we said,
Yep.
The internet is going to be spotty, but Cody and Brandi Rhodes leaving AEW. They released a statement earlier today. They took to Twitter. Tony Khan took to Twitter. And guys, just leave questions, leave comments. Statements will get read if we have enough time. If we don't have enough time, we're going to do another podcast. Likely tomorrow night, we'll talk about Steve Austin. We'll talk about AEW and a whole lot more, but this news caught me off guard. Sean Ross Saban, I got to give Sean the credit here. He broke this story about a month or so ago, saying hey, Cody's contract's expiring, but they're talking. And then Sean broke it this morning. Dave Meltzer talked a little more to where he agreed yesterday to part ways. Cody's got to sign. They got to sign some papers, and it is going to be a wrap. And it is going to be a wrap on their career in All Elite Wrestling. But, DY, when you hear this news, what are you thinking, my friend?
I just thought it'd never be possible. I thought he was gonna be like a staple in AEW. I knew he's always been saying that he's not gonna wrestle for much longer. He's always been, commenting here and there. He has a lot of stuff going on outside of the ring, but I never thought he would actually leave AEW and have a strong rumor going around to where he might be headed. Honestly, this was the last news I expected to read this morning. It was something that I thought it was going to get done.
So last news out.
No, I thought it was something that I thought was going to get done between him and Tony. I thought they were going to come to an agreement. I didn't think that, especially because they've been booking them. Brandi was scheduled to go and wrestle Paige Van Sant at Revolution. So it's kind of shocking to me because they did have an active angle going on, but who knows what happened behind closed doors.
I wasn't expecting this today, and I'm off today. I'm not supposed to be working. I was working on a piece. Don't forget, go to DAZN.com/EN-news. Check out my great interview with the great Santos Escobar, and we will have that audio up tomorrow for you lads. And I wasn't expecting this. It caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it at all. And then I was just eating breakfast and I'm seeing all this news. And you actually sent it to me first. And I was typing it when you sent it. And I was like, oh, man, you got to be kidding me. So here's what I know at this point. What I know at this point is, yes, Brandi Rhodes was going to be wrestling at Revolution. She was going to be wrestling Paige Van Zandt. Was it going to be a singles or a tags? I do not know, but I do know from multiple people close to the matter that was the plan. Now with Cody Rhodes, this is where things get this whole situation is so fluid. It's changing moment by moment. Here's what I know as of right now. I do not know, and Sean Ross Sapp brought it up, and I was able to confirm it. No one really knows what's going on with the Roads to the Top. The Raw reports a second season was scheduled. No cameras have been backstage at Dynamite. That's what we know there. Go Big Show is going on currently right now on TBS. Dynamite airs on TBS and is owned by Warner Media. So that is going to get dicey. If he goes to, where I'm going to mention next, is the WWE. Now, here's what I know regarding that. Yes, as Dave Meltzer and Sean Ross Sapp have reported, there have been conversations. But here's what no one's breaking, and I'm going to break it now, and I'll put it on Twitter too, and we'll make the world go round here. They have been talking. Oh, Norman Smiley, congratulations. And we'll get into that in a second. But there has been an offer made to Cody Rhodes. All I have been told is that it is a hell of an offer. So, based on that, my line of thinking, from what I've been told, he's contemplating the offer. He took the offer, went to AEW, and Tony Khan would not match it. And hence led, and then there was some back and forth, and then it led to what happened yesterday. That is the latest. That's all I know. But there has been a hell of an offer made to Cody Rhodes. For Brandi, I do not know. I don't know if they're a combo deal. I really don't know what is happening. So that is the latest on that. If you're Cody Rhodes, do you take this hell of an offer, Daryl, or do you take or do you, after a little bit here, you decide, you know what, I can't do this. I'm going back to AEW.
I mean, it depends on what the deal is, because there could be so many different factors. For example, like a talent like Cody Rhodes, at that point, does WWE offer creative freedom? And I think that's where it's going to be, because Cody has already had a taste of creative freedom in AEW. I don't think he would take a deal if he's going to go back to the company and just get mixed into the shuffle and does exactly what he's told. I don't think that's going to happen. Based on money, you never know. If they're offering him a big enough deal, I was talking
Keep
to
going.
myself for
I got
yeah, I
it.
was talking to myself for like 5 minutes before I realized I got booted. So basically, it just depends on what the clauses are on the contract. Like I said, Cody already got a taste of what it is to have creative freedom and do what he wants to do. Now I don't think he's going to take a deal that's just going to throw him back into the shuffle and go from there. So it just depends on what kind of deal. And there's a lot of different things that he could get. One, Brandi being a manager could help. There's a lot of different things that can go right, but there's also a lot of things that can go wrong. He left the company for a reason when he originally left in 2016. He's not going back to be Stardust. I can tell you that right now. I hope not. There's no way in hell. But other than that, the character that he's made already, the American Nightmare, is a big enough character that it's going to have an impact regardless of if he goes to WWE or AEW. It's a top story. And we just found out that Stone Cold might come back last night. And this is the top story. That's how big of a deal this is right now.
You know, you said a lot of, you know, I'm gonna read those two comments here in a second, but it's one of those things to where, you know, you look at him and it's like, I get the move, like I get it, like if this is what he decides to do, I don't know what a hell of an offer is. No one is telling me that part, and I've fished around a little bit. I've reached out to Cody, reached out to people in WWE, and they're not saying much right now. So in terms of what the offer is, and all I know is a hell of an offer. In all honesty, guys, it can be just about anything. But what you said there, I thought was quite interesting about the American Nightmare, him and Brandi. I'm like, Brandy's got to have some type of big role here if he's going to leave. It can't be just about money. Money is important. Yeah, they got a child now. I mean, you got to, as a parent, that's stuff you think about. You got to think about financially, regardless of how much you got. You never know, anything can happen in life to where you want to make sure you're financially secure for you and your family. So I totally get the money aspect. But you talked about the creative. He's been down this road before with WWE. Yeah, it's a different place. It's 6 years ago. It's completely different now. But at the end of the day, Vince McMahon is still Vince McMahon. You can get paid a shit ton of money, but that doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be put in a big spot. He may get a big spot for a few months, and he may get relegated to upper mid-card. He's a main event guy, whether people want to admit it or not. I know some people give him a hard time, but he's a main event level guy. He's a main event level talent. He's great on the mic. He's improved tremendously there and inside the ring. So look at the guys he's made. Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, just to name two right off the bat. Look what he did for them. MJF. Look at God. He knows what he's doing in the ring. His storytelling has gotten so much better. He goes there. I don't feel very confident he is going to get a fair shake. For a bit, yeah. For a hot minute, sure. But in the long term, I don't see it.
No, and
hopefully he wises up and goes. Because I just don't think AEW is. I don't think WWE is the best spot for him. It's just me. I apologize for that, guys. We'll read these questions here. The mic is got a really screwed up situation. We'll kind of we'll get to these questions here, and then we'll. Cody versus Seth Rollins and Mania, book it now, Kevin Palmer. I'd be down for that. Cody has to win.
Yeah.
If we're going to talk Cody Rhodes in WrestleMania, Cody's got to go on a good run. Yay or nay, if that happens.
Agreed. He's too big of a star right now for them to just bury him. I'm interested to see how they're going to react to all, because Cody Rhodes is the one AEW guy that constantly shot at WWE. Like, that was a constant for his promos. And I'm curious to see how that's going to translate on the other side. If he signs with WWE, of course.
Let's go to this one. One more from Kevin Palmer. Wait, hold on. There we go. No, I don't want to go. There we go. He goes to WWE. He's automatically a top guy. Wait. Hold on. There we go. like I said earlier, seeing is believing in this situation. I have about zero faith in the company, and I'm shocked he has any faith. But they are having conversations, so he's got to have some type of faith going into this, feeling like he can be a top guy. Do you think that top guy run could be sustainable, or do you think it'll be a few months, Vince will get bored, Vince will get pissed off about something, wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and be like, yeah, we're done with this. You're going to be relegated to upper mid-card, even though we're paying you a shit ton of money.
I think it's going to be the latter. Like, as much as I wish this would work, I don't see it based on their history of talent that is actually talented, on how they booked them before, and how hot and cold it gets. So he could be like super hot right now because he's a free agent. How long is it going to take for him to get ice cold in the eyes of McMahon at the end of it? It's WrestleMania season. Everybody looks like an attraction right now because he's trying to get as many people for WrestleMania. But what happens after? That's the question. You have,
Exactly.
You have Brock Lesnar. You have returning potential Stone Cold Steve Austin right now. You have Ronda Rousey. What's going to happen after? What is the plan? What's next? That's always been the WWE's Achilles heel. They never know what is coming next. They plan for now. What happens next, happens next.
And that's the thing. They're bringing in a lot of guys, potentially bringing in a lot of guys. Ronda's already there. Brock's already there. Maybe we see Steve Austin. I'm trying to figure out more on that, guys. I promise. No one's saying much beyond what we all know already and what I already know as well. So, but hopefully by tomorrow I'll have a little more on that. But thank you for everyone for leaving questions and comments. It does mean a lot. It's greatly appreciated. Sorry for the shitty feed. That's both on our ends. We're in some really bad spots where we want to at least get something up for you guys because it's been a little bit. So thank you to the country of France. We're still number 14 in all wrestling podcasts. We got to get that back up. And we've been riding the coattails of France for the last few days. But we want to thank you so much, guys. It means a lot. It's greatly appreciated. Don't forget, the audio will be up in a bit. Listen on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, all your favorite podcasting platforms. You can find us on Twitter at Walkway Fight. You can find Daryl's Twitter right there at the bottom. You can find mine there as well. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/Walkway to Fight Club. YouTube, youtube.com/Walkway to Fight Club. Hit the thumbs up button to this video if you're watching via YouTube and subscribe to the channel. The video is up right now with Santos Escobar. The audio of that will be up tomorrow morning for you guys. For Daryl Rivera, I am Steven Muehlhausen. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.